Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The recent tragic events in Israel have raised great concern, and this is the time when a heroic tank has been thrust into the spotlight. The Merkava tank, often hailed as one of the most unique tanks on the planet, is enjoying the reputation as the world's best tank. In fact, the highly regarded American analytical agency, International Forecasts, consistently ranked it as a top contender in their annual list of the world's finest tanks. Join us as we explore the fascinating story and potential future of the Merkava tank. Let's get started. The Merkava tank, which is part of the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, has been a prominent presence in recent years, often surpassing the German Leopard and the Russian T-90 in tank rankings. However, its performance in the current Arab-Israeli war has left some questions. Throughout Israel's history, the nation has had to constantly defend itself and its borders, facing terrorist threats. To ensure their survival, Israel has put significant effort into developing their armed forces and military industry. Among their arsenal, the Merkava tank holds a special place due to its unique features. One key feature of the Merkava is its design tailored to the specific theater of war and the tactical methods used by IDF tank crews. Since 1979, 4 versions of the Merkava have been developed: Mk1, Mk2, Mk3, and Mk4. The ongoing work is directed towards the creation of the Merkava 5, a next-generation fighting vehicle, setting it apart from its predecessors. The Merkava's development journey began in 1970, when Israel was denied the purchase of the British Chieftain Mk1 tank. This unexpected setback led to the decision to create their tank. The person at the helm of this venture was not an engineer, but a seasoned tanker, Yisrael Tal, who had experienced the entirety of World War II and played a pivotal role in the IDF from its inception through all the Arab-Israeli conflicts. This departure from the norm in the global tank industry made Tal the founding father of the Israeli armored forces. Analyzing the Six-Day War and the Sinai Campaign, Tal came to the conclusion that the existing main battle tanks of that era weren't quite suitable for the IDF. What they needed was a new vehicle that perfectly aligned with the nature of the theater of operations and Israel's defense doctrine. The primary focus was on firepower, maneuverability, and most importantly, crew protection. Even if the tank took a hit, the safety of the tankers had to be ensured. Another crucial factor that significantly influenced the Merkava's design and characteristics is Israel's compactness. Unlike many other nations where tank dimensions are constrained by rail transport standards, Israel's unique geography allowed them to create a combat vehicle suitable for road transportation. Additionally, the sturdy desert terrain in Israel could support heavier tanks compared to, for instance, the softer soil in Ukraine. Furthermore, Israel doesn't experience the spring and fall thaw, which eased restrictions on vehicle weight and size. The tactics of the Israeli armored forces often involve firing from well-prepared positions on elevated terrains. This strategic advantage has helped shape the Merkava's role in the IDF. In the ongoing Arab-Israeli conflict, the performance of the Merkava has raised questions, particularly as the IDF lost 14 Merkava tanks in the initial 3 days of battle. The Merkava boasts a unique design that sets it apart from other modern tanks. Its layout positions the engine and transmission at the front of the hull, while the fighting compartment occupies the middle and rear sections. In the rear of the tank, there's a troop compartment, which can accommodate infantry, wounded personnel, additional ammunition, or replacement crew, making the Merkava versatile as both a BMP and an APC. One distinctive feature is the tank's cast hull and turret. The armor has large angles of inclination, and the turret is wedge-shaped, enhancing its ability to deflect incoming projectiles. The turret also employs spaced armor, with extra protective elements placed between the main walls. Inside, there are seats for 3 crew members: the loader, tank commander, and gunner. In the rear of the tank, there's space for up to 6 paratroopers or additional shells, though the current tactics rarely involve transporting paratroopers. The Merkava Mk1 is armed with a 105mm M68 cannon, produced under license in Israel but originally designed in the USA. This tank carries 62 rounds of ammunition for the cannon. Additionally, it's equipped with a Belgian 7.62mm machine gun and 2 remotely operated 7.62mm machine guns. There's also a 60mm mortar mounted on the turret with 30 rounds of ammunition. The tank is powered by an American AVDS 1795, a turbocharged diesel engine, and a transmission, CD 856B, made in the USA, modified by local specialists. Its suspension is spring-loaded and features 6 rubberized support rollers on each side and 5 support rollers. The tracks are entirely metal, with a width of 640 millimeters. The Merkava Mk1 weighs in at a hefty 56 tons. The Merkava's journey began in 1979 with the first production of the Mk1 model, and since then, it has seen 4 generations of improvements. In response to its initial combat experiences, the Merkava Mk2 emerged with reinforced turret armor, improved side protection, and the relocation of the mortar inside the turret for ease of use. Various upgrades over the years have included additional shields for protection, advanced ballistic calculators, rangefinders, and even thermal imagers. This evolution reflects the Israeli designer's commitment to enhancing the Merkava's capabilities in response to real-world combat situations. The Merkava series of tanks has seen several significant upgrades over the years, each aimed at enhancing its performance and protection on the battlefield. The Merkava Mk2, for instance, saw an increase in weight to 60 tons. Moving on to the Mk3, it received added armor protection on the sides and turret. Along with that, a more powerful 120mm MG251 smoothbore gun was installed. However, the ammunition load was reduced to 46 rounds to make room for these improvements. To bolster the crew's safety, laser sensors were incorporated to warn of the danger of guided missile attacks. This upgrade also introduced the Matador 3 fire control system. The weight of the Merkava Mk3 went up to 65 tons. In 2004, the Merkava Mk4 was introduced. It came with a new diesel engine, the GD883 General Dynamics, which boasted an impressive 1,500 horsepower output. The turret design underwent a significant overhaul, featuring a new configuration of armor modules, and the main armor was fortified. Notably, the loader lost their hatch, and the commander's hatch became more substantial and open mechanically. Improved visibility was a focus, with rear-view video cameras for the driver and enhanced panoramic sights with thermal imagers for the tank commander. The Merkava Mk4 also featured a new MG253 gun with the ability to withstand higher pressure of powder gases. Inside the turret, an automatic gloater was added, capable of holding 10 shells, with the rest of the ammunition stored in the rear of the tank. After the Second Lebanon War in 2006, the Merkava Mk4 was equipped with an active defense system known as CAS Trophy. This system is designed to counter anti-tank missiles and rocket-propelled grenades by firing a charge that explodes at the right moment, creating a cloud of fragments to intercept or weaken incoming threats. Despite its impressive upgrades, the Merkava Mk4 is no lightweight, weighing a record-breaking 70 tons, making it one of the heaviest tanks globally. In fact, during past combat operations against Hezbollah militants, only a small percentage of the Russian-made anti-tank missiles fired at the Merkava Mk4 proved effective, with just 22 vehicles, primarily older versions, sustaining damage, and 5 tanks being lost. This demonstrates the tank's remarkable resilience, with modern Russian portable anti-tank systems being only 0.5% effective against it. But why the Merkava tank seems to face some challenges in 2023? There are a couple of reasons for this. First, some videos online show damaged Merkava tanks with their trophy active defense systems seemingly inactive. If these systems had been functioning, they could have potentially prevented some losses. Second, it appears that the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, might still be using somewhat outdated tactics for their armored vehicles. In some footage, Merkava tanks are seen stationary and exposed, making them easy targets for various attacks. For instance, anti-tank missiles or even small drones dropping explosives. One key factor could be the IDF's limited adaptation to the changing landscape of modern warfare, particularly the growing use of drones as a formidable force. It seems they might not have fully integrated the lessons from conflict experiences in places like Ukraine, where drones have been a significant threat. This situation has somewhat affected the reputation of the Merkava tank. For example, Cyprus reportedly refused to exchange Russian-made T-80U tanks for Israeli Merkava tanks due to concerns about the incidents in the Gaza Strip, which have damaged the reputation of the Merkava. The IDF faces challenges in Gaza, where they deal with threats from all sides, including underground tunnels used by Hamas militants. It remains to be seen whether the IDF will adapt its strategies and tactics to these evolving challenges, and whether the Merkava can restore its reputation. From a technical standpoint, the Merkava is a capable tank, and it has the potential to overcome these challenges with the right adjustments. The evolution of military technology and tactics is an ongoing process, and it's crucial for armed forces to continuously adapt to the changing nature of warfare. As such, the future performance of the Merkava and the IDF's operations in the Gaza Strip will be closely watched. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and watch the next video as well. See you again.